Chevron out with earnings this morning. Oil giant beating on the top and bottom lines. Record production, thanks in part to its acquisition of Hess. David, we're going to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Guyana.
That's right. Finally got it.
And so, in joining us now, an exclusive CNBC interview is Chevron Chairman and CEO Mike Wirth. Mike, you know we love having you on the show. How's things going there?
Well, happy Halloween, Jim. And look, we're doing it all. We had record production in the quarter. We had strong cash generation and delivered superior shareholder returns. Worldwide and U.S. production set records. We're over 4 million barrels a day in the quarter. 3 years ago, we were barely at 3 million barrels a day. Prices were down $10 a barrel from a year ago, but our adjusted free cash flow is about 50% higher than it was a year ago. And we returned over $6 billion to shareholders through dividends and share repurchases. Over the last 3 years, we've returned more than 25% of our market cap via dividends and share repurchases to our shareholders. So we're hitting on all cylinders.
Now, there are several fields that have come into play here that are just remarkable, plus other places that I know. I visited you in Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, whatever. You have the Permian, but you also have, in Guyana, these must be spewing cash flow. I don't know what else to say. I think it's about the cash flow.
Well, it is about the cash flow, Jim. We're delivering growth in prolific, high-margin assets in the U.S., the Permian and Gulf of America, internationally in Guyana and Kazakhstan. Our CapEx is essentially flat from a year ago. We actually brought overall capital spending down $1 billion from a year ago, and yet production is up over 20%. So we're growing high cash margin barrels, which is driving that free cash flow growth.
At the same time, though, Mike, you brought it up. Kazakhstan, Venezuela, you're in some places that are unusual. Just on October 21st, you had a drone attack that influenced your production in Kazakhstan. How are you handling the volatility of what are maybe the two hottest spots in the world right now than Gaza, Venezuela, and Russia?
Jim, our first priority is always the safety of our people, the integrity of our assets, and protecting the communities around us from any sort of an event. We have experience working in environments like this. We actually are very close to Gaza, offshore in the Eastern Mediterranean as well. And so this is part of the business that we're in. We produce in areas that sometimes see this type of risk, and we're well experienced at it. Our people know how to manage our facilities in these kinds of circumstances with safety as the highest priority.
Are you willing to go to these places, Mike?
I've been to Kazakhstan this year. I've been to the Middle East last year. I haven't been to Venezuela for a while, but yes, I travel around the world to see our operations and to visit with the governments and the partners that we work with around the world.
If you go to Venezuela, can I go with you?
We'll have to discuss that, Jim. We'll see if and when.
I went to the Gulf of America.
You did go out to the Gulf of America. We had a great visit to see Anchor, a new project, the first ever at 20,000 pounds per square inch depth or pressure in the well bore, producing well. Three wells online today, a fourth one coming online early in 2026. We're well on our way to 300,000 barrels a day in the Gulf of America, and we're now the largest leaseholder in the Gulf of America as a result of the combination with Hess. So that's an area that we're very excited about. Regular lease sales have resumed, and it's a tremendous resource and asset to the United States of America.
Mike, it's David. Speaking of Venezuela, the Wall Street Journal today devotes a lot of column inches to a story called How Chevron Got Caught in the Clash Between the U.S. and Venezuela. There's a quote I'd love you to respond to. It's from Elliot Abrams. He was the U.S. top envoy to Venezuela during the first Trump administration. He said the following: "What you have is a conflict between the interests of one oil company, Chevron, and the United States." How do you view that statement and respond to it?
Yeah, I don't see it the same way as Envoy Abrams sees it. We see our presence in Venezuela as something that's good for the people of Venezuela. It's good for the United States. The oil that's produced in Venezuela is highly sought after by Gulf Coast refineries. We've been in the country for most of the last 100 years through the ups and downs of political and economic cycles. And we believe that regional trade and foreign investment is a vehicle for countries to work together. And so I think our presence there has been constructive for the people of Venezuela and for the United States.
What are your expectations, given the continued military buildup of the U.S. in the region? And what do you do if, in fact, there is, a kinetic war, so to speak?
Well, we hope that there is not such a conflict. As I mentioned just a minute ago, we've operated in the Eastern Mediterranean through the Gaza conflict. We've had incoming rocket fire at our offshore platforms historically over many years in that area. We've had drone strikes on infrastructure in and around our position in Kazakhstan. And we have a very capable intelligence and security function within our company that helps us plan for and prepare for potential events like this. We have safety plans, we drill, and we prepare, but we hope that conflict like that is avoided.
Do you have any insight for us as to whether there's a likelihood of a conflict based on your own intelligence?
I don't have anything that I can share with you on that. I think other people are better positioned to speak to that than me.